beautiful evening here in Mbale. We are having a fireside chat basically on this special day of the Girls Rising event with Astar. It's an event that draws an inspiration from local female artists who has battled with sexual abuse and wants to use our story and experience to champion girls in Bugisu subregion to challenge harmful practices like SGBV, child marriage and teenage pregnancy. So basically we want to sit down here to see how we can harness the power of art and music to address harmful practices, working with local artists as champions of change in Mbale. So basically we're going to have a very fruitful discussion here, and I am privileged and so thrilled to have quite a number of young people join me. We have our Power to Youth advocates here. We have other young people from across different, suburbs of Mbale, and most importantly, we have the most important people during this event here, the local artists. We have R&B singers, we have reggae singers, we have hip-hop artists, we have soul artists, guitarists, and we also have Afrobeat artists all seated with me here, and also artists who do drawing and graffiti, basically to share messages of sexual gender-based violence, ending teenage pregnancy, and basically sexual reproductive health. So without wasting time, my name is Mosh, and I am your host today. I'll be passing on the microphone to the artists to introduce themselves shortly before we can kick off with this amazing discussion. At the background, of course, you can hear a lot of nice music playing. We shall be having a lot of great things happening tonight. Big artists will be performing on stage, but of course we decided to say let's have a side event to ensure that before they get into the stage and play us those amazing music, we have a discussion around critical issues. So let me start with the artist on my right here.
Our dear listeners, my name is Astar Official, and I'm an artist, and as well as the Girl Rising CEO.
Hello everyone, my name is Rebitana. I'm an artist and I'm an ambassador of 1 Million Wells, a Ghetto Award winner in Eastern region, representing Loma Saba. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Tebaside aka Pop Lover Official, Mr. Sonia.
Hello, I go by the names of Kemaswan Diembe, and I'm a reggae, raga, Afro Loma Saba musician, straight out of Mbale, straight out of Bongoho, straight out of Elgon Zone.
Hey, it's your girl, Cherise the Girl Dem. Thank you very much.
Hello, my second name is Dora Didon, and my name is Naguti Derinjowan. Professionally, I'm a nurse stroke midwife. I love talking about women. That's why I'm here with Astar.
Yo, this is Saka Shaki. I'm a dancehall hip-hop artist. I'm here at Mbale Museum to support Astar 95 at Girls Rising.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you very much for those introductions. You can see that we have quite a number of artists here who have really passion for music, and they really show you that. And that is basically what we want to hear from them. So just going deep into this conversation, I feel like we should probably, is there any artist here who is willing to share with us their experience of sexual abuse or sexual harassment? Consider the fact that we are in the music industry. Artists are champions of solving some societal problems like child marriages, teenage pregnancy, and sexual abuse. And so we want them to come up. If there's anyone who is open enough to share with us, how does it feel to be in the industry, and how does it relate to issues of sexual abuse, sexual harassment? Consider the fact we have had a lot of stories.
When I used to do film. Actually, I didn't begin with music. I did film when I was in Kampala. I wanted to do some movie of mine, and there's some project I did with some company which I cannot mention. Someone decided to pour my work. I put in some money of mine, like 3 point something, and then I used a lot of money. Someone decided to pour my work just because they wanted sex from me. I did a video shoot of my song called Ipeta, some song of mine which I did from Mbale here with a cameraman, a director. And in the end, what he asked for was sex. After me paying him and transporting him to come and do a video shoot to me. At the end, this person wanted me to pay him with sex before they released my video. It has really disorganized my industry. Everyone says Dora is not serious, Dora is not serious. But because people see you're pushing up something, you'll be on social media and like, guys, I'm shooting this and this, or I'm coming up with something. But in the end, they wait for the results. They don't see the results because something has disorganized you somewhere, somehow. So that is the challenge I've got, me as me. Because the film industry, when I was in Kampala, someone was like, Dora, if actually they were like, no good, we want to help you, but the bad thing in Bugisu, we never need to money because it's sir. So I was like, what do these people mean? So this guy is like, at the end tells me, you didn't utilize us. That's why they don't know how to utilize us. Come by, they wanted me to utilize them by giving them my body, so they release something of mine. The girls want to join the film industry or the music industry. Please, I beg. Please always follow the right routes. It's not easy, but also seek advice from the people who have already been in the industry. Don't just come in, because we will go through a lot that you can't even talk.
Thank you so much, Dora. Dora, the artist, you heard her story, so amazing, so inspiring. But of course, you're still listening to our Fireside podcast, powered by Power to Youth Uganda. And we are here for Mbale's biggest Girls' Day out. That is the Girls Rising with Astar. So I would like just to go to Astar to share with me why the Girls Rising event. Where did you get the inspiration to bring up such an amazing event that is purely focused on empowering girls and also raising the voices of adolescent girls and young women?
Thank you, Mosh. Now, my name again is Astar Official. I'm an artist, I'm a teacher, and I love working with women, girls, and we specifically chose to have Girls Rising happen in Mbale because we do not only focus in music. This is it is an all-round thing. Reason being, we are living in a male-dominated society. Women feel like they have not been prioritized, they have not been given the platform they need, they have not been appreciated enough, they have not been empowered enough. If you talk about the biggest businessman in Mbale, they're going to tell you it's a man. The biggest artist is a man. The biggest fashionista is a man. Most of the businesses that are thriving are for men. Radio stations are owned by men, but we have women that are doing this too, and we feel like they've not been heard. And so we are here basically to empower the girls. We want to amplify voices. We want to tell them that whatever you're doing, we see you, and we love what you're doing, and we can always do better. Now the girls are holding back purposely because they're kind of demoralized. You do something and they still be like, do you even have girls? Now, what really also pushed me, especially for the purposes of music, was because people kept telling me, and I always saw comments on social media platforms, people saying that does Mbale have female artists. I felt like that was an insult because we've had the dopest female artists around. And if someone has been in an industry for more than 1 year, and then they read a comment saying, girls are not in the industry, this is really demoralizing. Sometimes you try, and then when you feel like people out there not appreciating you enough, you get demoralized. We've had so many talented girls that have joined this industry, and they've pulled out somehow because of sex abuse, because of harassment, because of demoralization. We do not have a go-to person as artists. We don't have a patron. So we are here basically to. I feel like this is the start of something really beautiful for the ladies in music, in fashion, in business, farming, poultry, education, all sectors of life. So we want to appreciate you guys for coming around, and I hope that this is really going to be the start of something really good.
Well, thank you very much, Astar. And maybe I'll go to one of the male artists here with us. I can see Papa Lova. Recently, you had a very powerful show at Club El Tangia in Mbale here. The social media was awash. And I'm just wondering, we have a lot of high rates of teenage pregnancy and child marriages in Bugisu subregion, especially during the periods of the Mbale ceremony. Actually, it's coming up next year. So how have you been using your music as a tool to sensitize the community or to challenge practices like child marriages and teenage pregnancy in Bugisu?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I want to thank Astar 95 for coming up with this game or network, connecting us together as a family. And thank you so much for coming towards this. You're standing with the Bama Saba Girl Child. Personally, as an artist, I work with Erigoni Girl Foundation, I work with 1 million wells, and I'm their ambassador in the whole world. I passed a message through my music. I wrote a song called Clean Water, and it was a big message to the communities trying to look for boreholes into different communities. And from nowhere, God blessed me with an opportunity that I got the chance. These guys came from US and they wanted to use my song. You understand what I'm talking about here? And as an artist, I was really so happy that I got the opportunity just because I sang a message. I didn't just sing something in a bar that people can dance to, but I sat down and composed something that can educate another person. And still, on the girl child, I have a song called Sanitary Pad. I am a teacher as well. I teach girls how to make their own reusable sanitary pads, as Astar does it to different communities. And most of them do get surprised when they see a man teaching them how to make their own. Because I'm a man, I don't go into what they go through, but at least I had an idea or educated about that. And the more I be with my sister, Astar 95, she keeps inspiring me and making me learn more on how to educate a girl child. So, as an artist, I use my message and my composition. And I would request my fellow artists out there, don't just sing music to entertain people in the bar. Because bars are everywhere, but what are you adding on to the nation? What are you adding on to the project? Like example, here, tonight. This is a big addition to a girl child project.
All right, thank you very much for those amazing work that you're doing. You're still listening to the Fireside Chat podcast. Of course, our main topic is harnessing the power of art and music to address harmful practices while working with local artists as champions of change in Mbale, and basically to address teenage pregnancy, child marriages, SGBV, and more other harmful practices. And of course, I am joined by quite a number of young people from Power to Youth advocates, girls from within the community, and the artists like you here. They have been discussing and sharing very important information. I spotted an artist who uses art and graffiti to address some of the issues. Is one of the artists, by the way. Today we held a graffiti session in Namatala, and it was this one person who did an amazing painting with key messages on teenage pregnancy, child marriages, SGBV. So I would like to ask you to share with us, where did you get the inspiration to start using art, or graffiti as a means of empowering girls and addressing some of the sexual reproductive health right challenges in the community?
Okay, thank you so much, Mosh, for this opportunity. My name is John Paul Ojirot, but better known as John Common. I'm a visual artist working with Dumash, Uganda, and the neighborhood art hub. So I got aboard my inspiration of using art from as a tool to support my community from Namatala. In the say that personally, my background, I was born and raised in Namatala, and Namatala is one of the 5th largest slums in Uganda. And you know what that means. And right now, Uganda has one of the largest populations, being young people. And young people right now are a little bit out of their way, with most of them like getting wasted with drugs, getting pregnant, getting married at young age, dropping out of school. So me being an artist, I was like, what can I do to help these young people, or to help my young brothers and sisters in my community? And being a visual artist, the only tool or the only weapon I could use to talk to them and to empower them, or to share messages that and encourage them or change their lives in the future or in whatever they are doing, is using art, like going around the streets or going around the walls, like painting messages that actually talk to them and communicate to them, like that tell them, you know what, like, yes, I know sex is sweet, but yeah, you gotta wear a condom. And sometimes you need to write it somewhere for them. Each time they pass, they'll be like, yeah, I think that has some sense. Like, should let them know, also let them know that you're not supposed to be anywhere, but at least you have to be in school. Like, you deserve to be in school. you have a future, and to get a future, at least you have high chances to get a better future if you're in school, or at least be somewhere if you get lunch and see the blackboard. So I think art was a greater tool for me, and I couldn't just sit on my art form and wait for somebody else to do it for me. So I thought, like, here, let me take a step and go out there, put up workshops and do graffiti arts on the walls, and the rest of the artists and community will follow me. So like, yeah, let me take that step, and the rest will follow me in case if they see what I'm doing is actually changing and is helpful to our community. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much for this amazing stuff. We're actually coming almost to the end of our podcast. We're not going to waste a lot of time here because I know a lot of you have big things to catch up. But before I can go to our major commitments, what we commit to do in our community now that we have had this kind of discussion, let me first go to one last artist to share with us. I know he's a reggae artist. He's a soul artist. It's called Kemas Wandiembe. I just want to hear from you, Kemas. You've been singing for the last 10 years in Mbale, and I've been a great follower of your music. So I want you to really clearly state to us, what have you been doing with your music to advocate for the voices of young people, maybe addressing issues like child marriages, drug abuse, considering the fact that we have reggae attributed to drug abuse, and also drug abuse being a driving factor of also things like teenage pregnancies and rape.
Most of my music addresses those kind of things. It's mostly girl education, because I know one thing is when you have knowledge, when you teach a girl child, they would think differently. They would know if they're in a bad relationship, if they've been to school, they've been somewhere, they are learned a little bit. If they're in a disturbing relationship, they will always know how to walk out or know how to get help. You get it? That's why most times I advocate for girl education. Girl education. Send a girl child to school. Okay? Send a girl child to school.
All right, thank you very much, Kemas Wandiembe, for those amazing work you're doing in the community. Now, we're just getting back to our commitments as artists. Today we have gathered here to talk about this issue, yeah? Maybe we have some artists here who have not been doing work towards addressing sexual gender-based violence, teenage pregnancies, child marriages, but this is a discussion that is opening up your mind now, yeah? It's driving us towards that direction. Girls Are Rising event is building the momentum. Power to Youth is giving you the platform. So what commitment are you making today that we can follow up later to see that you have done something? There should be quantifiable commitments that we can catch up with you later to see what you have done.
What I'm going to do right now, I have a project I'm doing. It's called Umukana Masaba. It's a film. It's a short film about Umukana Masaba. This lady has been cheated by her own family. So it's a short film. It's called Umukana Masaba. It's written by me and going to be directed by me and with my other filmmakers.
So I think as an artist, I have nothing to do but to raise a voice. As I said, I have a song called Sanitary Pad, Clean Water, I did Coronavirus. Those songs are more of educative. Still, I'm going to do a song towards this very thing we are talking about. Because I'm a writer, I'm the composer. So nothing I can add, because sometimes I do reach to communities. I have an organization called Bamuiru Shelter of Love Foundation. My name is Muiru, so I did it in two my names. But as you know, it's just growing. And it's having the same characters and the same stories that we are talking about. And I would love people out there to understand that it's not all about singing. It's only that we use the microphone to reach out to you fans and friends out there. So I'm going still to use the microphone because the only opportunity I have, I cannot stand or sit in the parliament. I am just an artist. Who is going to give me the opportunity to reach in the parliament? No one. But if I use my voice and sing a song concerning this issue about a girl child, about a boy child, I would love to take this message to you girls. You know, we are men and you are women. We experience different ways. You experience life in another ways. Please keep yourself at school because education will never lie. As a girl child in China, I would love to say this in Lumasaba. Yeah. Ngomukana esuli yo China, message yo sengo mwimbi arebitana esuli. Onyalalo bakufune chance obange family yo keri bulayi obengaga oba China nenga wafune chance mukusoma. So bakupi ni babatu bakwongerako ate bakwako magesi. Nga yawefe chesi akolere chalero kuli ku celebrating Astar 95 ne kali kuifako ngenye ne dange Astar 95 as a girl, but she's doing something chirikuye dabaka na mwesiza na baliano ni boss bakanyalisire kweza ano dango lingo ngoli ku watching right now ba ku TVS bali ku playing this chikuye dakona we kwiga genderado nani babatu bakwongerako. Don't look at the negative people because negative is always negative. Ngomukana funo mukana wocho ukwongerako chichanemere funo mukana na kwongerako chieda mabibakana. I want to say a lot because we are many artists here, but all I want to say is thank you so much for bringing this home.
I always advocate for girl education. Yeah, most times I always advocate for girl education, and still I'll stick to what I always do because I know if somebody is learned, there are some things they can always know how to solve, like abuse in relationships, like being forced to do something. So I'll stick to girl education. Let's educate a girl child. Let's educate a girl child. Thank you.
First and foremost, I want to thank you for this opportunity again to share with you my commitments. What I would say with this chat that we have had today, I think I will commit and say I'm going to add more work because already I've been doing sharing with the young people, painting these positive messages around the communities. But maybe what I can also pledge and say that I will reach more communities, not only Namatala, but also some other deeper villages that need this kind of messages. But also think that besides the painting or the artwork that I do in the communities, I also believe that what I can also do more is actually to sensitize the young people that I always meet, like to sit them down and hear what they think and what they say or what they talk about, like early pregnancies or gender-based violence, what they think about it. Because I believe the reason as to why young people or our parents or uncles do some of the things, maybe when they were young, they never got the opportunity to be sat down and talk about some of these topics with their uncles or with the community or with the elders. I think maybe a step we can take as young people is to sit, our friends sit down, our brothers sit down, all those young people we meet in our daily lives or in our daily community works that we do, and share to them and talk to them and to let them understand the effects of gender-based violences, the effects of early marriages, the effects of having unprotected sex. Like I think if you have a deeper conversation with these young people, I think we have a higher opportunity of raising a better grown-up man or a better grown-up lady in the future. Because I believe if you want to raise a kid, I think you should start teaching them and talking to them when they are still young. Don't wait for them to start messing up and beating up their wives or beating up their men. I think maybe it's better to talk to them when they are young so that they understand that what they are doing or what is in their mind is actually wrong. Because some of these young people come from communities where they see their parents or their pups beat their mom or their mom beat their father. So maybe to them, they think it's okay for a man to beat a woman or a woman to harass a man. So I think that if we sit them down and talk to them and tell them, maybe you might be coming from such a family, but it's not okay for a man to beat a woman or a woman to beat a man. Like we all deserve equal respect and we all deserve to share ideas and sit in one table and make things work out than fighting or exchanging blows. So that's what I think I'll do more, is to sit down and share with these young people besides painting.
My other request is I hope my sister Astar doesn't stop on this. I hope every year we keep doing this. It's continuous. Like every year we have a girls rising concert.
All right. That has been an amazing session with the artists here. And I want to thank you all for coming through for this podcast, this beautiful fireside chat as we take part in the Girls Rising event here. So it's been cool having those amazing conversations with you, and we hope to keep this conversation going. But of course, we have been looking at harnessing the power of art and music to address harmful practices while working with artists in Bugisu subregion, that is in Mbale specifically. And of course, your host, I am Mosh. This podcast has been powered by Power to Youth Uganda. And of course, if you are any person in the community, we would really love you to get to our Subi helpline. Subi helpline basically is a toll-free line that helps you report cases of sexual gender-based violence, seek for information about sexual reproductive health, and also speak to a counselor freely at a very private moment so that you can report some of these issues that you feel are very hard for you to report on. So through our Subi helpline on 0800379995, you can talk at your ample time. And then of course you can WhatsApp us still on the Subi helpline, on 0759479995. With this, I come to the close of our podcast. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have an amazing time at the Girl Rising event. Thank you.